When he first got there off the campus of Baylor, he found Buddy Ryan as his defensive coordinator. When he got to Chicago, he is Pro Football Hall of Famer. Mike Singletary here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Mike?
Doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I appreciate you calling in on the day that Buddy Ryan has passed away. What are your immediate thoughts upon hearing that your coach has moved on?
Well, I got the call this morning from Rex, his son, about 5:15, and I knew immediately what it was. I just think about the last time I was with him. It was tough, but just a lot of love that goes out to him.
When was the last time you were with him?
Wasn't the last time I was with him was summer, last summer or last summer, or in the fall. I'm sorry, the fall.
Mm-hmm.
In the fall, and just had a nice time with him.
We noticed on your Twitter account a photograph that you posted saying, "This is how I will always remember my friend." And it's Buddy in a Bears parka grabbing you by, I guess, your number plate, and both of you are laughing. Do you remember the circumstance of this photograph?
No, I don't. It happened a lot, but no, I don't remember that particular time. But we were laughing. It was something good.
So what did you normally laugh about with Coach Ryan?
9 times out of 10, we would normally laugh if it were practice, and practice had gone pretty well, and we had executed the way we were supposed to. We were in a game, and the game was close to coming to an end, and we were successful. Those were the best times. With Buddy, he had such a great sense of humor, and he was funny and had a way with words. So that was always fun, whenever I could laugh with him.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
Yes, I do.
So what was the circumstances?
Well, the first time I met him, I was late to training camp. It was my rookie year. I was late to training camp because I was holding out for more money. I thought I should have been drafted in the first round. I was drafted in the second round. And I held out, and I came into camp a week late. And the first time he saw me, he called me a little short, fat guy. And I stayed a little short, fat guy, number 50, for about a year and a half until he started calling me Samurai. Took a little while.
Took a while to go from fat guy to Samurai with him.
Yes.
What you're saying. So how did he help change you from one to the other?
Well, I think it wasn't him. It was me. It was one day I was very frustrated. I was frustrated with him. I was frustrated with the way that he was treating me. I was frustrated with being in Chicago. There were a number of things. I just had it. I was ready to get out, and I wanted to be traded. And I was sitting on the side of the curb, and I was going to go up and ask Buddy if I could be traded. Management and Jim Osborne came up and said, "Mike, you don't understand. He loved you." I said, "Well, you got to be kidding me. Wait, love? I don't see anything about love in him. I mean, all he does is curse me out and call me a little short, fat guy." And he said he sees something in you, and he's really trying to get it out of you. How about you just close your mouth and just say yes, sir, to everything, even if you think he's wrong. Just move on. I said, okay, I'll try that. I did that, and things began to change, and once I just kind of closed my mouth and listened, and it got better.
Mike Singletary, Hall of Famer, joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. So by the time you got there, was the 46 defense already hatched? Was it forming? I mean, where were you in the history of this defense?
The 46 defense had been played maybe a year or two before I got there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the reason the 46 ever happened is because all the linebackers got hurt. And Buddy had all DBs, had safeties playing linebackers, particularly Doug Plank was the Mike linebacker at that time. And Buddy was trying to create a defense where you had linemen keeping the guys off the linebackers and letting the linebackers drop and flow and do whatever they needed to do. And so the 46 defense, that's what it evolved to. And we had the athletes to be able to do it, with Wilbur Marshall and Otis and myself. It just evolved. We began to do something, try it, and it worked and worked out to be a way to keep the 11 guys on the field all the time. So that was a good thing. I mean, it just worked out well.
So how important and integral in your career, your Hall of Fame career, Mike, would you say Buddy Ryan was?
Buddy was huge. I mean, because he really taught me how to work, the mental capacity of the game and just how much work went into being a great player. I told him I wanted to be a great player. I didn't want to just be another linebacker. I wanted to be great. And he said, okay, you want to be great? Okay, I tell you what. You get in here and sit down and spend some time with this projector. And that projector became my best friend. As a matter of fact, Buddy gave that projector to me and he said, from now on, I want you to have this projector everywhere you go. When we travel, you're the one that's going to be responsible. I was responsible for the projector until he left. So every road trip we had, I was the guy that had the projector.
The keeper of the projector, the samurai, the keeper of the projector.
Yes.
Mike Singletary is here. And obviously the part of the legend is how he and Ditka were not getting along at the time and how the defense was backing Buddy and maybe vice versa. How much of that is accurate, Mike?
Well, I think certainly it's just like fishermen and golfers. The story is always going to grow bigger. But I think there's a lot of truth in it. I think Coach Ditka got the job, and part of getting the job was the understanding that Buddy Ryan was going to run the defense, and you stay on the offensive side of the ball. And I think Ditka knew that Buddy was going to be difficult to work with and difficult to understand and try to tell different things, give advice. I think he knew that coming in, but it was just one of those things that Ditka wanted the job, and what an opportunity to come back to your alma mater and be able to coach and be the head coach, and that's what happened. And so it was, yes, it was a tough situation for Coach Ditka and for both of them, because I think Buddy wanted the job, didn't get the job, but was very happy to keep his job. And Coach Ditka got the job, and they were both very, very similar when you sum it all up. So they both wanted to win. They were both hard-headed. They were both stubborn. I mean, the whole 9 yards. But at the end of the day, they both wanted to win.
Mike Singletary joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. In the last couple of minutes I have with you, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about your alma mater, Mike, and your thoughts on what's going on at Baylor and that football program.
Well, I just think right now Baylor's in a place where, they've made some hard decisions, and maybe they have a few more to make in terms of getting back to playing championship football and trying to get the program back on its feet and taking it to the next level again. So hopefully that can transpire in soon.
Have they reached out to you at all? Because obviously it's more than just a football thing. It's a morality thing that's going on in Baylor, Mike, and it's maybe something that you would be able to step into and cover all those bases, for the lack of a better phrase.
Well, I think, there's always conversation around it, but nothing directly. So I just think that as time goes on, those things will have to work themselves out.
Is it something you'd be interested in?
Sure. I mean, it just I think I definitely would be interested in it.
Mike Singletary joining me here on the show. So last word on Buddy. For those who know Rex or Rob, right, a different era, how would you describe Buddy Ryan? How would you want him to be remembered?
I would want Buddy to be remembered simply as a coach that was all about respect, all about honor, all about pride. And the bottom line was all about excellence. So that's what Buddy Ryan was about. And love him dearly, we'll miss him dearly. And but that's how when I think of Buddy, that's what I think of.
Mike, thanks for the time today on obviously a day with a heavy heart. So I appreciate you taking the time and sharing your memories with our audience here today.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you bet. Thank you. That's Hall of Famer Mike Singletary, who we will see in Canton, Ohio, when we do our show from there the week of Pro Football Hall of Fame, as we always do.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.